attempt to make another dinner with Bowsy sitting right here. Or here, or maybe around my neck like she did last time, or maybe over this shoulder, or wherever. But I'm pretty sure her claws are sharp enough that she'll dig into my shirt and wear holes in it probably. Anyway, today we got an interesting meal, and no, Bowsy, it's not for you. But we can surely try to make us a decent meal out of cornbread and cheesy ragu. And Bowsy's coming over here to check out what we got. See, we got sharp cheddar cheese, see that? And then we have 2 cups of cornbread meal. That's cornmeal, and that's 2 cups of it. And we got a cup and a half of milk, 1 egg, and 2 pounds of hamburger meat, or turkey, ground turkey, and 2 packets of taco seasoning mix, Old El Paso. We still have some. So what are we going to do? Well, first of all, let's go ahead and give this egg the beating of its life. Let me get a bowl. And we are going to give this egg a real good beating. I don't know what this egg did to deserve so much punishment, but I'll tell you what it did. It sat in the refrigerator looking delicious. That's what it did. So, I'm going to extract all of that egg white, egg yolk, right from the shell. There you go. 1 egg is all you need. And we're going to need a fork to beat it. No, not stab it. Beat it. Just like Michael Jackson did in 1982. Beat it! Beat it! Don't let your egg whites be defeated. Show them how to funky. Whatever that means. So.
Yeah, Bowsy's bouncing with you over there.
You liking this, huh, Bowsy? It's a fun ride, huh?
She's like, what the heck are you doing?
Beat that egg until it's well beat. And it would probably help, since it's only 1 egg, just tilt that bowl to the side so you get the majority of it. Until it's all beat. And now, I'm going to dump it right into your cornmeal. This is 2 cups of cornmeal mix. And this is how you make cornbread. This is the traditional way to make good old-fashioned cornbread. Now, stick that aside, let it soak. Now, we're going to add our milk. There's our milk. And while we're at it, let's get a whisk. And we're going to add 3 tablespoons of oil. Let's use extra virgin olive oil. It's flavorful, it's thicker, it's oilier. 3 tablespoons of this stuff. And let her get in there. 3 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. 1, 2, 3. That's all you need. Just 3 of those. And let's put the olive oil back. Well, put it back, not drop it. There we go. And if you want to, add just a little pinch of sea salt. There we go. Now, take your whisk and beat. More beating. How much more can this food hold out on this merciless beating? Okay, so mix this up well. I mean real well. Until all your cornmeal makes a batter. And this is the base of cornbread. Don't tell Onyx we're making cornbread. You'll never hear the end of it. Because you know he loves him some cornbread. We're going to be whisking this cornbread for about a good minute until it gets nice and thick and well stirred. There we go. Now let's set our cornmeal aside and work on our taco meat. Oh yes, we do lots of cooking with ground turkey. And you can use traditional ground beef if you want to, or you can do it the healthy way. Get yourself ground turkey, which is healthier, doesn't really change the flavor much. Of course, beef is beef, turkey is turkey. You know, there's a difference in flavor, of course. I think Turkey is turkey. Isn't that a Depeche Mode song? No, that's People Are People. Anyway. I know, baby. I know. This is interesting, isn't it?
She turned around again.
Yep, she wants to climb down the arm and get a closer look at what we're doing here.
Silly. Silly girls.
Silly lizard. Turkeys for humans.
Oh.
Gobble, gobble. Alright, here we go. There's that, there's that. Okay.
It came out in 2 pieces.
2 pieces. You have 2 easy pieces. So, turn this on, get it browned. And I should have done that first and then gone over here to make our cornbread second, but that doesn't matter. Any order you choose to make this, as long as it gets made. So we're going to chop that all down until your ground turkey has been fully cooked. Okay, so let's go ahead and get a colander. I love my colander girl. Yeah, sweet colander girl. Ooh. Jeez. Okay, Dazzy, stay up there, because we're gonna drain this ground turkey. Are you with me? Let's drain this stuff. What we want to do is get all those icky fats out of there. Let's move the faucet out of the way too. So
we don't need.
Look at all that fat that just gets scooted right off into there. Try not to lose any taco meat too, but if you do, just pick it up and okay, right into the colander. Right into the colander. Try to get it all in there too, so that way you get as much of that fat out there as possible. Let's put this one back down for the moment. And best way to get fat out of your ground turkey, because there's a lot of it trapped in there, you just press right into your colander. So any fat is squeezed out of the holes. Alright, let's take this back over here and drop it right back into your skillet again. Now we're going to get it ready to add your taco seasoning, just like you were making burritos or tacos, just like we've shown you on the show many, many times. And we're going to set this aside. Drop all of that delicious looking seasoning into your ground beef and stir right in there. And use the water to dissolve our seasoning. Okay, now our taco meat looks like it's about ready. What do you think? Think we're ready for the next step? I think so. So here's what we're going to do. Now follow along at home. If you're making this right along with us in the kitchen of SonicBlu Darkfold and the O Pop-Ets crew, what we're going to do is we're going to line and evenly distribute the first layer of cornbread. I'm going to see if 2 cups is enough too, because this is the first time I've made it with this proportion. Well, looks like 2 cups and 2 cups. Looks like we're going to need 4, and that's kind of what I anticipated in the beginning too, but I saw another recipe that said 2 cups, but we're also using a larger dish. So we're going to need 4 cups of cornbread mix. 2 cups will be going down on the bottom of it. So for a dish about average size for casserole making, you will want to make 4 cups of cornmeal, which is not a problem. We can do it again. So use a rubber spatula too to get all of that out of there too, and that's the best way to get any thick liquids out of the bowl and into your cooking item of choice. So that's good right there. That is perfect. Now let's make another bowl. So if you missed out on how to do it before, I'm going to show you again. Let's move this aside. Now let's take the cornbread. We're looking for 2 more cups. Let's turn down our meat too so it doesn't overcook. We're looking for 2 more cups of cornmeal, and I'm using Aunt Jemima cornmeal mix, and this is some good stuff too. So get your measuring cup, the one that handles dry ingredient measuring. There's 1 cup. And here comes 2 cups. 2 cups cornmeal mix. It almost looks like flour, doesn't it? But it's cornmeal. This is what you make cornbread out of. Now we're going to put this away because we no longer need this. So back up there for another use. Now, next we are going to need 1.5 cup of milk and 1 egg beaten. So we're going to beat another egg, and then we're going to need 3 more tablespoons of olive oil. So 1, 2, 3. That's 3 tablespoons of olive oil, folks. Add 1.5 cups of milk. We're going to beat another egg. That's right. Come here, you. You've been a very bad egg. It's time to take your medicine. Beat that egg like a red-headed stepchild. I told you to clean your room. Why can't you listen to a word I say? Why can't you listen to your mother? Do your homework. Do the chores. Wash my car. Mow the grass. You come home when I say come home. Beat that egg up. Meanwhile, the egg will be going into therapy for the next few months. But that's okay, because it'll be eaten before the first hour is up. Drop that egg right in there, nice and beaten and whipped into submission. All the ingredients necessary to make another layer of cornmeal, which will later on turn into cornbread. But right now we're making a nice batter. This cornmeal batter. This is a violent recipe. You got batters, you got beaters, you gotta beat the eggs, you gotta whip this, you gotta... I mean, this is a violent recipe. Yeah. And I'm not a violent person, folks. I don't have a violent bone in my body. I like to run away from violence if it involved me. So, take your taco meat. This is the part that's going to be interesting. And spoon taco meat over the top of your cornmeal, the first layer of cornmeal. Just kind of sprinkle it. And you're going to need 2 pounds for this recipe. For a dish this size, you're going to need 2 full pounds. And try to fill where there is no taco meat to be filled. And go all the way around there. Now, here's another little tip that you can try. When making your cornmeal into the batter, here's a little idea. If you like jalapeno peppers or bell peppers or any kind of peppers, feel free to chop a few of those up really finely and add that to the batter. And that way, you get an extra kick. But me, I don't like peppers. So you won't be seeing me adding any of that stuff on my own will. No, because I cannot stand the flavor of peppers. And you're also wondering, what about spices? Can I add my own spices? Yes, cayenne pepper, paprika, cumin. You can add curry. You can add anything you want to flavor that cornmeal up. Make sure you get all over, not leaving a single space. And you want to put all your taco meat in there until you got your second layer covered. And I do mean covered. A little bit over here, a little bit on that side, a little bit on there, and kind of helps to spread it around a little bit too. So let's see, let's put you somewhere over here, and over in this corner. Good, fantastic, all right. Now we got plenty of taco meat. And if you see any empty spaces, just go ahead and smooth it out and even it up. There we go, there's our second layer. So, now we have our first layer of cornmeal and our taco meat, our third layer, cheese. Okay, now, just in case I need it, I'm going to use this rubber spatula and rinse it off. And we're just going to pour gently the cheese right over. You don't want to be too fast about this, but you want to make sure you get as even as possible. And then we only have one jar, so we got to be careful of the cheese we use. But I think And if you take your spatula and just sort of spread it like this, spread it until you got an even layer of cheese. And you don't have to use Ragu cheese in a jar. You can use Velveeta, the melting cheese. You can use that melting cheese, which is probably recommended if you can find it, but we couldn't find where they carried the melting cheese, so we went with the next best thing, Ragu. It's already melted, all you have to do is cook it. Now, with the rest of that cheese that's trapped in that jar there, that's where this thing comes in. You can just take it and give it a whisk around and then just kind of like ease the rest of that cheese out of that jar. There we go. Get some on that side. Cover this thing as well as you can using the corner of your rubber spatula to get in the corner there. Look at that. There you go. As much cheese as you can get out of those. And remember, you can save the jars if you're ever needing jars. You can save these for like putting your grease in, so you don't have to dump it down the sink, and you just let the grease collect in a jar, and then you just toss out the jar and get yourself another empty jar. But you definitely want to wash out your jar first before you put grease in it. So always remember, a clean jar is a happy jar. I don't know who said that, but it certainly wasn't me. Okay, now that's all cheesed up really good. Now you're ready for the final layer. Final layer of cornmeal. This is going to rise too, because as you know, cornbread is just that. It's bread. It will rise. It will become thick. The ultimate way to make something taste Southwestern is not just with corn, but cornbread too, because cornbread is the flavor of the Southwest and the South. People down in Mississippi know about cornbread. That's right. Down in Mississippi, I haven't met one single person in Mississippi that did not like cornbread. And if you're from Mississippi and don't like cornbread, you're the only one. You are the only one I've ever met that does not like cornbread from Mississippi. And Tennessee too. Tennesseans love their cornbread. As do I. And so does Onyx. But he's from Brimstone Mountain, so. We are going to add our sharp cheddar cheese. This is going to be wonderful. And we're just going to sprinkle that cheese right over. 400 degrees for half an hour. You notice that your cheese will bake itself right in there. It's going to be the first thing that'll cook. There you have it. As much cheddar cheese as you can put on the top of that before it starts spilling all over the place. And now, we are going to slide her into the oven and wait for 30 minutes. So let's go ahead and do that. Very carefully now, because it's going to be very, very moist. But oh so delicious when it's done. So slide her into the top rack there and let cook for 30 minutes. And me and Bowsy are going to kick back and wait out the 30 minutes with grueling agony and emptiness in our stomachs. But it'll be worth it, because we're going to eat some of this, and feel free to have some refried beans on the side with a little cheese on top. And since I don't have any more cheese, I don't have anything to put on top of it but Taco Bell sauce. That could work. So I'll have a little thing of beans on the side when we come back. And that means Bowsy is going to have a lot of fun watching Daddy cook again, huh? That's right. That's right. So, from our midpoint in the cooking show, let's have Bowsy say, "Hi everybody." Say bye. Say bye-bye. Bye-bye. Say bye. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye. I'm down. Hey, Bowsy. Hey, happy girl. Are you ready to arm yourself? I am. Or at least hand myself some oven mitts. And take a look at this. Ooh, now that's what it's supposed to look like. Let's pull this out. What do you say, Bowsy? There we go. So, remember, always close that when you're done, because that's still hot. So, we have multicultural here. We have the Southwest and cornbread. and we have the taco meat from the South American region, and all blended into this one dish. This is what I call good taco eating. Let's slice into cornmeal cornbread taco casserole. We're going to cut it into squares, so that way I'm pretty sure all of this will be consumed tonight. I'm just going to cut them into squares right inside the dish and see how well the tops and bottoms of this dish came out. So we're going to just cut right into there, and it's real easy to cut because it's so easy you can cut it with one hand while your other one entertains a lizard. Isn't that right, baby? That's right. Yeah. And there we go. Now I'm going to go down lengthwise. Oh, I can already taste how well this is going to be. Bounce, 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 bounce. Get a shot at Bowsy. Bounce, 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 bounce. Daddy must be cutting again. Look, I'm bouncing. Bounce, 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 bounce. Was that fun, Bowsy? Was that fun, girl? Yeah. Now, you will need just a spatula or a large spoon. Let's use that to get it out. Now, I don't know how messy this is going to be because, like I said, this is my first one ever making this, but I do know how to make cornbread. Never made.
I think it probably would have been better with the other spatula, I think.
Think so? Let's just see. Ooh, look at this. Ooh, 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 ooh. Looks good, looks good. Alright. Missed a little bit here because the beveling of the pan. That's okay. Just get it and slide it on off to the side there. Alright. What do you say we have test subject Wolf Dog to taste this multicultural meal? See? Let's take a look here. There's that cornbread with the cheese on the top baked in. And there's our cheese underneath, nice and oozy. And there's our taco meat, and there's the bottom layer of cornbread. Hi, Bowsy. Hi, Bowsy. Oh, wait a minute. There's Wolf Dog.
Yeah, quit.
I got caught looking at cute Bowsy is.
I
Okay.
can tell.
And there we go. You tell me how much you like this. Did we do good?
Yeah, it's really good.
Oh, it must be. He's still going in for another bite.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you this. How many squares do you think you can eat?
Out of what, for this? I could probably eat maybe of that, probably 4.
Probably 4. But it looks like it's a win-win with Wolf Dog. But now, the ultimate question, is it a win-win with your host? Let's find out. So here goes the first bite. Interesting mix of flavor. That is a very interesting mix of flavor. That is good. That is good.
And apparently Bowsy liked it too.
Did you like some Bowsy too? You silly girl. But I'll tell you, this is some good stuff. The cheese on the top, you definitely want to bake that in because it really adds to the flavor. And the texture. It comes with an unbelievable cheese type of flavor that is best when it's baked right in, just like this. So, I will have to say that I love this dish. It turned out great. And if you want to, add a can of creamed corn to this too, to the mixture, before you lay it down. That'll also give it an extra corn flavor to your taco here. Absolutely wonderful. And if you don't believe me, try this dish at home. It is super simple, super easy. It doesn't cost you that much to get the ingredients. All you got to do is follow the directions as indicated on the package of cornmeal mix, and then follow the directions on the packages of taco seasoning. And then put them both together, layer it, bake it for 30 minutes at 400 degrees temperature, pull it out, and you've got yourself a meal to die for. if you don't believe me, try this out. This is SonicBlu Darkfold and Wolf Dog on camera saying adios and see you later, and y'all come back now, you hear? Well mixed. Mix that around. You want to help, Bowsy? Look at this. Hi. See there? We're making cornbread. Doesn't Bowsy wish that she was anthropomorphic so she could have some? I wonder if Bowsy was anthro, would she still be eating crickets and mealworms, or would she be eating stuff that we're eating?
I don't know.
That'd be an interesting thing, because they would have the same immune system,
Yeah.
I would think.
Yeah.
So, balance your bearded dragon on your arm while you are stirring is very interesting of a task, wouldn't you say, Bowsy? Wouldn't you say, Bowsy, baby?
You are just a crazy little lazy lizard.
She is getting into what I'm doing. Look at that. She is like looking, and it's like, hey, I want to help. I want to help. I want to help.
It's funny to
There she goes.
She's trying to go down your arm.
I know, she's interested in what I'm doing. Look at that.
You want
See that? See that, girl? That's cornbread. Yeah. Not for Lizzie's, though.
I'm wondering if maybe.
Look, she's clinging onto my shirt. Hi, girl. Hi, baby girl.
You are a silly little girly. You know that?
Time to smile. She usually smiles when she gets to that point. I think she's busy being petted, though, to smile. Hi. Hi. Hi, baby. Yep. And now she's just cruising along. Come on. Come here. Come here, baby. Bounce. No, she wants to get the spices. Look at those spices, huh? You got sea salt. You got Chef Paul Prudhomme. You like that, huh?
I don't think she
There's
knows.
some paprika. And there's some white pepper. And this, Zatarain's black seasoning. Ooh, blackened seasoning. And here's some of the stuff I made. Yeah, this is my own blackened seasoning. That's my mix.
She's looking at it like, I don't know what this stuff is.
I don't care what that stuff is. I'm a lizard, but I'm so intrigued. Yes, I know, baby. Yes, I know. Ah!
She's bad.
She's trying to climb on my face, is what she's doing.
She's like, slap, slap.
No, she likes to climb on my face sometimes, and sometimes she doesn't get a good enough grasp, so she scratches at it. Anyway, stir some more.
Or
that should be good.
Well, I would say use a reference, but I'm not going to.
Yeah, come here. Actually, why don't you sit up there? Get comfy. As she's getting bigger, she's growing, and so are her arms and her legs. Yeah, that's one thing Mr. Rogers taught us, that we're growing. So is Bowsy.
She's just like all looking.
Because everything grows together. Because you're all one piece. That's right. Your ears grows as your tail, grows as your nose, grows as your arms, grow as your hands, grow as your legs, grow as your feet, grow as your nose, grows as the rest of you grows, because you're all one piece.
Wow.
Look at the look on Bowser's face like, what are you singing? Right up here. There you go. Good girl. Good girl.
You
Such
are
a good girl. What are you doing now? What are you doing?
She
Cooking with
always
animals.
wants to be on that side.
Well, she likes the bottles. She's fascinated by what those are. Did you notice? She keeps
probably
staring at those. She's like, what is that? What is this? Although I don't recommend giving any of that to your bearded dragon, because
well,
they have their
no.
own food. She is fascinated by what's over here. She keeps looking over here like, what is in there? Want to explore in the spice rack? Want to explore the spices?
Let's say we didn't.
See? Whoa! Hey! She wanted in there. She wanted to go in there for some reason or another. We don't know what it is. She wanted in there. She was like, yippee!
Oh, yay, I'm going in.
Bowsy, you don't need any spices. No. Let go of the vinegar. Let go of the vinegar, baby. I know, it's a nice cubby hole for you to hide out in.
I'm sorry, that was funny.
Well, Bowsy, you're going to go on my back now, aren't you? Yes, you are. Nope, she's coming up. She's coming up. There you are. There's Bowsy. There's the girl.
You are a silly lizard.
In a moment, she would usually smile when she reaches a destination.
Usually.
Usually, but she's not now. Okay, so now we need 2/3 cup for every pound of meat you have. Yep. So that would be 1/3.
Wait. We got a smile.
Got a gaper.
We got a gaper. We got a Miss Smileys. I just saw that. I saw her open her mouth and I'm like, oh, there's the little Miss Gapers.
And that's the way it's supposed to look on the top there. Look at Bowsy smiling. You want some of that, huh? Look at that. Look at that gaping girl. Look at that gaping girl. Look at how happy she is. Hi, baby. Hi.
Looks like she's sticking out her tongue.
Yes, she is.
Yeah, no.
Kiss, kiss. Kiss, kiss. Hi, Bowsy. Hi, girl. Hi. What a happy girl you are.
You're just a happy little lizard.
Yeah, I think she's out of her phase. What do you
Happy
think?
lizard.
She is so happy. Look at that. Maybe it could be the heat in the kitchen, but
It could be that too.
yeah, but it could be that she's so happy. Yeah, what a happy baby.
But it's pretty
Look how
warm.
happy she is.
Alright.
But she could also be gaping because she's hot.
Wow.
What? Did you eat that bite already? Wow.
No? That was you.
That was Bowsy. Don't lie. That was Bowsy.
Bowsy.
Oh, look at Bowsy. Smile, Bowsy. Hi. That was Bowsy who did that.
It's like, no, that was me.
It's like, no, that was not. That was you. Look
I'm
how
just
cute
smiling because
Bowsy
you're making a fool of
is.
yourself.
Look how cute she is. Anyway. Ah, smells like cornbread to me. Let me at it. Nuh-uh. Let me at it. That's not cornbread. Onyx, get back here. Damn dragons, can't tame them for anything. Stay tuned for our next episode, How to Tame Onyx. Say what? Y'all ain't taming me. I ain't gonna know.